Oi there, listener. You ever picture yourself out on the open ocean, not just as a crew member, but like the leader,
Yeah.
keeping everything in tip-top shape?
Keeping it all ship shape.
That's right. That's the word.
Yeah.
Today we're diving deep into the world of a bosun.
All right.
And trust me, it's more than just knowing your, what is it?
Port from your starboard.
Port from your starboard. We've got RoleCatcher's insights on how to absolutely crush that interview
Yes.
and really setting sail on what could be an amazing career path for the right person.
That's right, yeah. We're going to navigate the ins and outs of this vital role in the fishing industry, from interview prep to understanding those really niche skills that make a bosun stand out.
Okay, so let's unpack this a little bit. You're on deck, salt spray in the air, you're feeling good, but as bosun,
Yeah.
you are the organizer.
Yeah.
You are the gear guru. You are the safety enforcer.
Mm-hmm.
It is a demanding job, so let's see how RoleCatcher can help you prove you're the shipmate for the job.
And they have this great system of 8 key interview questions that are really designed to dig into your understanding of the role.
8 questions. That sounds manageable.
Manageable, right.
Hit me with number 1.
All right, so it's deceptively simple, this first one. What led you to pursue a career as a boatswain? You'd be surprised how many people fumble on this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's more than just saying, I like boats.
Exactly.
Right.
This is your chance to really show genuine passion, and I would even suggest maybe even using RoleCatcher's AI resume builder here. It analyzes job descriptions. It helps you highlight your relevant skills.
Okay.
So instead of just saying, oh, I love the ocean, you might talk about, well, I've got experience fixing engines, or maybe my childhood was spent, just fascinated by nautical charts.
Yeah. So like a dash of personal touch goes a long way.
It does. It does.
Makes sense. Okay. Question number 2. What are your primary responsibilities as a boatswain? Is it time to break out the old resume bullet points here?
You're going to want to go a bit deeper than that.
Okay.
RoleCatcher emphasizes that it's about connecting the dots between your tasks and how they impact the entire operation.
Right.
So think, managing ship maintenance, ensuring everyone's following safety regulations, even mentoring junior crew members.
Right.
It's all connected.
So you're like a manager, you're a mechanic, and you're a mentor, all rolled into one.
That's right.
Wow. No wonder they ask about conflict resolution on question number 3. How do you handle conflicts or disciplinary issues with crew members? Let's be honest. Being stuck on a boat for weeks at a time, that could test anyone's patience.
Oh, it's a pressure cooker environment out there, and how you handle it really matters.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher's sample answers highlight staying calm, addressing the issue directly but respectfully, and focusing on solutions that keep the team functioning.
Okay, so no, walk the plank punishments.
No, we're not doing that.
Good to know. But seriously, what if you freeze up?
Right.
You get a question like that, you're like,
Well, that's where RoleCatcher's AI interview practice comes in. You can actually record yourself answering these tough questions, and the AI analyzes your tone, your body language, even your word choices.
oh, wow.
It's like having a personal coach giving you feedback.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd probably be a mumbling mess without that. So, question number 4. This is all about safety drills. What is your approach to conducting regular safety drills on the ship? Now, those are essential, especially when you're out on the open water.
Absolutely.
It's not like you can just call 911.
No, you can't dial 911 out there.
Right.
That's your chance to shine as a leader who prioritizes safety.
Okay, so it's not enough to just describe the drills themselves. Like, what kind of details should I be focusing on here?
Think about how you make those drills effective, engaging. Do you incorporate realistic scenarios?
Okay.
Do you provide feedback to improve response times?
Right.
Maybe you even discover a wetness in your emergency procedures during a drill, and you take steps to rectify it.
Oh, that's good. So it's about showing that you're constantly evaluating, improving your safety protocols.
Yes,
To
absolutely.
make sure that they're up to snuff.
Keep everybody safe.
Right. And speaking of being prepared, question number 5 tackles another crucial aspect, ship maintenance.
Okay.
How do you ensure that the ship is maintained to the highest standard? And it seems like this is more than just making sure that the decks are clean.
Oh, yeah, much more. Think of it like this. The ship is your shared home on the water.
Okay.
You need to show a deep understanding of its systems, the importance of preventative maintenance, and that ability to troubleshoot when something goes wrong, because something always goes wrong.
So it's like you are responsible for the health of the ship itself.
We are.
Okay. So how do I convey that in an interview?
Draw from your experience. Talk about how you would create a comprehensive maintenance schedule, conduct regular quality checks, work with engineers to address any issues promptly.
So if I'm like a stickler for checking the engine, that's something worth mentioning.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you were the one who spotted a potential problem early on, prevented a major breakdown at sea. That kind of story demonstrates your commitment to keeping the vessel in top shape.
Because an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, especially when you're out there.
Especially when you're miles from shore.
Right, exactly. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground already. What's next on RoleCatcher's list of essential interview questions?
Well, question 6 throws you a little bit of a curveball here.
Ooh.
It's about managing people.
Oh, this should be interesting.
Right.
What's the question?
How do you manage a team of crew members with different levels of experience and skill?
Okay.
They're really trying to get a sense of your leadership style here. It's a whole other challenge when you're trying to manage the people on it, especially when you've got a mix of old salts and greenhorns.
I can only imagine, right? You got to be firm but fair, right?
Right.
What does RoleCatcher suggest for attacking this question?
They emphasize highlighting your ability to delegate effectively, provide guidance for those who need it, and really foster that sense of teamwork.
Right.
So think back to a time when you had to bring a crew together with different skill sets. Maybe you recognized a junior crew member's potential and mentored them.
Oh, nice.
Or maybe you found a way to leverage everyone's strengths to achieve a really challenging goal.
Yeah, so it's about more than just barking orders out there, right?
Yeah.
It's about creating that really positive and productive work environment, even when you're, sharing these cramped quarters out on the open ocean.
Exactly. And it ties right into the next question from RoleCatcher, which focuses on compliance.
Ah, the dreaded C word.
I know, right?
Okay, hit me with it.
Question 7 is, how do you ensure that the ship is in compliance with all relevant regulations and laws?
Oh my goodness, that sounds like a mouthful. Do I need to memorize every single maritime law?
No. Relax. You don't need to be a walking, talking legal encyclopedia. It's more about demonstrating that you understand the importance of compliance and that you have systems in place to maintain it.
So it's about being organized, detail-oriented,
Yeah.
proactive.
Exactly. Think about how you stay updated on the latest regulations, how you maintain those accurate logbooks, and ensure the crew is properly trained on compliance procedures.
Right, okay.
RoleCatcher even provides specific examples, like maintaining fishing licenses, adhering to catch limits, ensuring the proper handling of seafood.
Okay, so those are some really helpful specifics there. It's one thing to say, oh yeah, I value compliance, but it's another thing to show this is how I've actually implemented it.
Exactly.
This is how I make sure that it's happening.
Yeah, show, don't tell.
Right, exactly. All right, so we only have one left, right?
We do. We have one question left.
What is it? Let's hear it.
What is your approach to conducting regular safety drills on the ship?
Okay, safety drills. Those are essential, especially when you're out in the open water, because it's not like you can just call 911 if something goes wrong.
Nope, you are on your own out there.
And this is your chance to really shine as a leader who prioritizes the safety of everyone on board.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not enough to just describe the drills themselves. What kind of details should I be focusing on here?
Think about how you make those drills effective and engaging. Do you incorporate realistic scenarios?
Okay.
Do you provide feedback to improve those response times?
Right.
Maybe you even discover a weakness in your emergency procedures during a drill and you took steps to rectify it.
Oh, that's a great point. It's about showing that you're constantly evaluating, improving those safety protocols.
Yes.
Making sure that everything is as good as it can be
Exactly.
to keep everyone safe.
And, if you're ever unsure about how to structure your answer for these types of questions, RoleCatcher's AI interview practice is a lifesaver.
Yeah, and we talked about that a little bit in an earlier question. Just remind me again how that works.
So it's like having a personal interview coach right in your pocket.
Okay.
You can record yourself answering these tough questions, and the AI analyzes your delivery, your content, even your body language.
Wow.
It's an incredible tool for identifying areas where you can improve and building your confidence.
That's amazing. So it's like having this secret weapon to help you ace that interview.
It really is.
And come in, cool, calm, and collected.
Yes.
Instead of a nervous, sweaty mess.
Yes, exactly.
That some of us might be otherwise.
Right. And it's just one of the many ways that RoleCatcher goes above and beyond to support those job seekers. in the maritime industry.
So it sounds like they've really thought of everything
They really have.
to help you prepare for this job.
But landing that job is just the beginning.
Oh, okay.
RoleCatcher also provides some really valuable insights on how to build a successful career as a bosun.
And I bet that involves a lot more than just knowing how to tie knots and navigate by the stars.
You bet it does, yes. So are you ready to explore the exciting world of career advancement in the maritime industry?
All right, listener. So we've navigated those tricky interview questions.
We have.
Hopefully you're feeling a lot more confident about, acing that interview. But now it's time to think about, okay, what comes after that, right?
Right. Landing that boatswain job, that's a huge accomplishment. But RoleCatcher also emphasizes that this isn't a career where you just stop learning.
Right. You got to keep that brain sharp.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's not like getting your sea legs and then you just coast from there.
Definitely not. Definitely not. The fishing industry is constantly evolving. You've got new technologies, regulations, sustainability practices. It's always changing.
That makes sense. I imagine you wouldn't want to be navigating with a map from, like, the 1800s.
No. Things have changed a bit since then.
So how does a bosun keep their knowledge up to date then?
Well, RoleCatcher suggests a few strategies. First, stay plugged into those industry publications and news.
Okay, so keeping an eye on those latest fishing regulations.
Yeah.
New types of gear, that kind of thing.
Exactly, yeah. And never underestimate the power of networking.
Okay.
Conferences, professional organizations, those aren't just for landlubbers.
Right. I bet those are full of, like, salty dogs, swapping stories, sharing tips.
Oh, absolutely. It's invaluable for learning from others' experiences, hearing about different fishing techniques, maybe even discovering some new career opportunities.
Yeah, I bet. Speaking of which, what kind of career paths open up for those really ambitious bosuns? Is it all about working your way up to captain?
That's the classic goal, right?
Yeah.
But it's not the only one. Some bosuns, they really specialize in a particular type of fishing, like trawling or longlining,
Right.
and they become like the go-to expert in their field.
Wow.
Highly sought after for their knowledge.
So like a master angler, but with way more responsibility.
Exactly, yeah, and probably less time actually holding a fishing rod.
Right, exactly.
Others might move into more management roles, overseeing larger crews, or even multiple vessels.
So that classic career ladder still exists, even when you're out on the open ocean.
It does. And don't forget about those shore-based opportunities.
Oh, okay.
Some bosuns transition into roles like marine surveying, maritime safety inspection. Some even get into teaching, training that next generation of seafarers,
Right.
passing on that knowledge.
So even if you decide to trade the salty air for, solid ground,
Yeah,
those bosun skills are still in high demand.
that's right. And that's the key takeaway here, right?
Okay.
Becoming a bosun isn't just a job, it's the start of a journey with tons of different possibilities.
It's an adventure.
It really is.
That's a great way to put it. Well, listener, that is the bottom of our deep dive into the world of a bosun. We went from decoding those tricky job descriptions to acing those interviews, all the way to navigating a really, long and successful career path.
Absolutely. And remember, RoleCatcher is your trusted first mate every step of the way, providing you those insights, those tools, those resources you need to make some waves in the maritime industry.
That's right. You heard it here first. Until next time, listener, fair winds and following seas.